Yo, what's going on? I know you cannot answer that. I'm going to quickly show you a clip that was in episode 7 of Forbidden Authenticity Within, the podcast I filmed with Leo and Nabila. The reason why I'm showing you this clip is because it was my favorite part of the whole conversation, and I think most valuable for people who stutter. It's, I would say, an advanced thought, but I loved to talk about it, and Leo also said that it was the most impactful part of the whole talk for him too. But I'm going to quickly explain the basis of it right now, because I bring you in the middle of the clip, so it wouldn't really make sense if you just watch it straight off. So I'm going to explain a little bit first. What we were talking about is when people who stutter, when they go to speak but they know they're going to stutter, what's extremely common and what's been extremely common in my past and still is from time to time, is for me to kind of change my vibe when I feel like I'm gonna stutter. I could be talking right now and being calm and being relaxed and being playful with someone I'm talking to, and there's that vibe in the air of this relaxed, calm, playful vibe. But then sometimes, basically every time in the past, when I feel like I was gonna stutter, I detached myself from that vibe. I betrayed that vibe, and I went in my head to get serious about saying this word. Maybe trying to say the word fluently, or even trying to make this stutter sound as smooth as possible. It's still like, it's a change in the vibe. I'm not present in this moment as I was a moment before. And we talk about how fucking weird this is for the listener is to feel. This is why a lot of listeners feel confused, or they don't laugh at your joke, or they don't give you the reaction you think they're going to, and you say, "Oh, it's because I stuttered." It's not because you stuttered, but it's because you changed the vibe, and that feels fucking very weird. All of a sudden, to change your vibe, to think, how can I say this word fluently? You go in your head, and your vibe completely changes when you say the next word. It's like a fucking weird ass feeling to the listener. So that's what we talk about in depth here, and enjoy. Realize that in myself, like, things are going well with someone that I'm talking to, like, it's playful, it's fun, and then I just see them get I see them get serious. And it's because they're confused. They're not confused because I stuttered. They're confused because I gave up that vibe that was going on. And now what I do is, like, instead of or at least I tried to do, instead of thinking like, how can I say this word right, or how can I, even what I've taught in the past of, like, how can I make this sound as smooth as possible? Like, that's still a different vibe. That's still being in your head. Like, how can I stutter as smooth as possible? I try not to do that anymore, and I try to say, like, okay, what's the vibe that I want to maintain?
Hmm.
And if it's playfulness, I feel that playfulness vibe that I'm feeling right now. And I'm like, how can I maintain that even with a stutter? and that's what's in my head. And then I see the reaction if I stutter or not is like it's the same, because the vibe, my energy didn't change.
Yeah.
And I the reason why I brought that up is because I felt like when you're in blocks, I felt your energy change quite a bit.
In what way?
In that, like, it got serious, and like you were on a mission to hold eye contact, and to say the word, like that was your goal, instead of maintaining or creating any type of vibe. And yeah, does that make sense at all?
Yeah, but that makes sense, but I don't really think about it. Like, I just try to speak, you know. It's some unconscious thing happening.
Yeah. No, it's very unconscious, and I don't feel it now. Like, you hold eye contact when you stutter and whatever, it feels like I'm still with you.
Yeah.
But when we first met, it felt like you're gone. Like you're in your own head completely.
Yeah, but I feel that every time that I meet new people, I feel that.
Yeah. Yeah. No.
I feel really like I told you that I was feeling anxious to come to meet you, and I was feeling like nervous and everything.
Yeah. No.
So of course it comes up like a that I'm not there because I was trying to be something else that I'm not.
Yeah. 100%. But I would think this even extends to past the first meeting, because I know it does for me. Like, if there's some, like, for example, I worked at a golf course last summer, I told you, and there was like some girls that were working at the golf shack, basically, that I would see like once a day. And there's sometimes I would talk to them and I felt a stutter coming up, and I realized like what I was going to say was supposed to be funny, but it came off serious. And it came off like they looked at me like, the fuck? Like, that wasn't funny at all. And I was like, it's not because I stuttered. It's because I got so, like, I have to make, I sacrificed the vibe of continuing to feed the vibe for trying to have some type of safety of like being fluent. The reason why I bring this up is because I saw it in the eye contact that like that it seemed very clear that the importance of holding eye contact while you stutter was valued over like maintaining or creating any type of vibe. And I think when we get in that relationship, it's very hard for somebody to feel comfortable and safe.
Yeah.
Because there's no consistency. There's like a constant changing of like your goal.
Yeah.
And I had a thought of like, I feel like I need to tell you this because it's a fucking, like, I don't see how anyone else would ever tell you this in your life. Like, it's an uncomfortable conversation, but I fucking wish somebody would have told me that before. But it's something I see inside of myself that I realized when I worked on. Like, fuck it, if I break eye contact, if it doesn't matter, as long as I feel like I'm still feeding the vibe. That is always like congruent. That feels real, and when I feel like my life and my stuttering has gotten 10 times better, and the depth of what I can create with somebody is so much deeper now because I don't care so much about stuttering as much as I care about just like being the same version of myself if I stutter or not. And like maintaining that vibe, maintaining who I want to be.
So how do you exactly then like practice that?
Yeah.
I think I thought the same thing. I was like, God damn it, we have to think about a lot of stuff.
No.
How we breathe, how we don't breathe.
It's not like that. It's not like that.
Of course it's not.
It's
not.
But
something else.
in my head, or and maybe the people who are watching this is like, God damn it, we have to breathe. We have to speak like, we have to speak very slowly. We have to do this and this. How am I able to achieve it?
Yeah.
If I need to think about everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
How do you do?
What I would say, I'm not perfect on this either, but what I've learned, is that still recording? It is still recording. What I've learned is like, the more, of course we all know this, but the more we think, the more we get in our head, the more we're going to stutter. And the vibe thing is not a thinking thing. It's not like, how should I maintain this vibe? It's a complete feeling thing. It's about being connected to what's in between us right now. Like, it's hard to even fucking say, but like, there's some vibe in between us right now. Or maybe there's some vibe I want to make in between us right now. Let's say you're a cute girl and we're on a first date. There's
Hi, cutie.
There's some vibe that I wouldn't say I want to create. I wouldn't even think like that. But let's just say there's a vibe between us right now. I don't think like, how do I want to maintain this vibe? I don't think, what is the vibe? I just feel it. And this takes like, I don't think anyone can feel it if they're always scrolling on their phone, if they're always like in their head. It takes stillness. It takes fucking meditation. It takes to be still with yourself, to be open enough and available enough to, and spacious enough to feel that in the conversation. And then speaking in a way that still feels true to that. It's hard to explain. It comes with stillness though. Like, no one would ever fucking get it if they're always in their head scrolling. Yeah. If they don't take out meditate, if they don't have stillness in their life, if they can't be if they're not in an interaction where they feel like they have space. You have to have space in order to feel that. And it's just a quick side note, that's what's changed my life about sex too. Like, sex used to be something that was so unenjoyable for me. It was never fun because I was always thinking, and I didn't have enough space. I was always so stressed about making the other girl feel good that I didn't have enough space to like feel into how I want to express and what is in between us right now, and how I want to express feeling into what would magnify this right now, what would magnify this moment. So basically what I would say is like creating that stillness within and finding and feeling your own energy, and then being in a conversation with somebody and feeling like this tension or this vibe that you feel with somebody, and then making that the fucking priority over everything to grow and to build. That's the priority over fucking saying every word fluent. That's the priority over eye contact. That's the priority over everything. Is how would I have to express myself? And this isn't a thinking, this is a feeling. It's just like, how would I express myself if I were to maintain this vibe or to grow this vibe? it's hard. It's almost like you can't put it into words. But if I were to put it into words, that's what it would sound like.
Cut off distraction
That's
And open up.
yeah.
I think.
create space.
Yeah, open up. It means also that you are creating space too, because you are opening up.
Yeah.
Like I feel
my
something in between us right now,
I do too. You do?
and I feel something, and that's what I would say is a vibe. And all I care about, like, imagine if I just like go in my head and like say this word fluently. That fucking crushes this shit. It crushes it. But if I were to maintain it by saying I don't fucking care if I stutter or not, like this feeling right now is what we're after, and I can maintain this and I can grow this just by fucking continuing to be open enough and not giving a fuck enough to put this as the priority. And that when that's the goal, not like a thinking goal but a feeling goal, your speech changes with that. The way you say words, the way you stutter changes with that, because you're feeling into that, and it kind of guides you in that way. It sounds very spiritual, but
I felt it.
And when you mentioned about this, I remembered few instances from my workplace and when I was in the Netherlands, where I would tell a joke, and then the people just didn't understand the joke, and they were like, they felt like I was trying to insult them.
yeah.
And I heard that maybe 3 or 4 times.
Me
actually.
too.
Yeah.
I feel
And now I understand why it happens. It makes more sense.
Yeah. The most recent thing I've done was of this, where it came off wrong, was there was this she's probably gonna see this actually. There's this girl at a cafe that I go to. She's quite cute, and this was the first day that I met her. We talked for quite a bit, and then she sat near the exit. She worked there, but she was just on her break. And as I was walking out, I was like, "Hey, are you?" Here we go. I was like, "Hey, are you waiting for me?" And she's like, "Waiting for you?" No. And it's the reason why she didn't get it as like a joke is because as soon as I went to say it, I caught myself being like, "Oh, I'm gonna stutter," and then I got serious about trying not to stutter.
Yeah.
And then
seriously.
and then it came out wrong. It was like, "Hey," it came out wrong. It's like, "Hey, are you waiting for me?" I was like, "Oh no, I didn't mean to say it like that." But then I was like, "No, I'm just joking," and then it was fine and stuff. But like that vibe, that changed. I could have still said it in that playful way with a stutter.
Yes.
But because I tried not to, like, it wasn't a conscious thought of don't stutter, but it was an emotional thing where I prioritized sounding smooth, sounding fluent, over maintaining this playful vibe. It came out fucking weird. Even though it was fluent, it was just fucking, it came out weird.